So, in today's video, we're going to submit the part 3 banner and when it should roughly drop, right? Well, actually, we do actually know when it's going to drop. Now, we've got this info here. This is, well, it's not quite in the game just yet. We're not live. But as you can see, we've got Legends Information Special Edition Part 3, well, Volume 3. There is an interesting thing there. Obviously, a lot of people spotted already. And that's the Volume 3 has a different colored text, right? So, obviously, we know for Part 3, we're going to get an Ultra regardless. Whether it's a double, dual Ultra or Ultra LF, who knows? We'll talk about, we'll talk about that a bit later. But there is a few interesting things, obviously. So, as you can see here, this is going to happen on, I think it's the 8th. Yes, 8th. So, I'm still not used to the American dates here, because where I am, we do it a bit differently with dates. But yeah, it's going to be on the 8th. So, it'll be a day before the weekly reset, which is usually, what happens. So, obviously, that means weekly reset, new banner, which we all knew was going to happen anyway, right? They do say here as well, we'll be announcing the latest info for the ongoing campaign, must-see information, obviously, including new character and event info. So I do want to mention as well, why this is important to watch, is if you remember in the last Legends Information video, they did, well, Tanny actually did say that there is another large-scale update dropping for Anniversary, so we should see the info about what the update is going to be. I'm assuming it has something to do with Ultra. Maybe they're going to add like a new dynamic battle situation sort of thing. Where like, I've always said from the start with the big updates, I want to see like something like Sparking Zero where like the world sort of destroys in that. So maybe that's what they're hinting at, but who knows. Another thing as well, which I don't think the global side of Legends has had. But we've got a performance here, right? So as you can see, we've got a special performance here. Probably going to just pronounce his name wrong. Hironobu Kageyama. So, I mean, it may not seem like a big deal if you don't know quite who he is, but he's done pretty much, I'd say, what, 90%, maybe over that, of the Dragon Ball Z songs. And he's also done, just putting this out there, because I did mention this the other day, he did do the song for, well, he's done a lot for the movies as well, but for Super GOGETA, right? That sort of song there. So, it could be a hint towards Ultra. Well, most likely is, but... So I'm assuming whatever the song's going to play is going to be a character from, that saga or movie, etc., right? So like I said, that is going to be on the 8th, so a day before weekly reset. Normal time, as usual. I don't think there's anything else here, so we'll have a quick look in game. So my prediction, obviously, well, I would say, I think it's obvious to me, but it also could just be a big bait. But I think whoever the Ultra's going to be is definitely most likely a fusion. If you wonder why I think that is because we got these 3 fusion banners, which I've already got a video talking, which is something to skip for. But it's just very weird. Like, obviously, it's not weird for Ultra banners to return, right? But it's weird for 3 fusion ones to drop exactly at the same time and go away at the same time. It's just, it could be a huge coincidence, like I said. They could just be doing this to throw us off guard. It could be like a Namek Goku, for example, something like that. But it's just very weird, right? I guess there's something else to quickly talk about as well. Because currently when I'm recording this, it is before the Chance Time results get announced. The video should actually, I'm hoping, be uploaded before this anyway. But they have announced it is going to be an announcement at the end of the video. I was going to put that there now before anyone gets excited. It's most likely just going to be the, the reveals for when the date for the Legends Information. They did that last time, we got excited, and they're just like, hey, yeah, this is when the information video is going to be. We're like, yeah, we already knew that, because it was ready in the game, right? So I wouldn't get too excited. They could tease something at the end, but I highly doubt. I think it's just going to be information about the video. Now, there is other ways you can obviously tell when the banner's going to drop. But like I said, it's I'd say, I would say it's pretty much confirmed it's going to drop on reset. There was actually another banner here. I can't remember which one it was. So don't worry about the limit break banner, that always goes away really quick, which is a bit weird. I thought they'd have the limit break banner up until, at least weekly reset, but they like to get rid of that early. So I guess the only good thing about these fusion banners is these will still be up by the time part 3 drops. But the only thing that does change is, these banners. I think these banners reset. Yeah, so when these banners go back to double, so the same as these ones here, that'll be when part 3 officially drops. Now, I'm hoping depending on if it's I guess it's going to be the same regardless, my thoughts here. But for part 3, I want the Ultra banner, whether it's 1 or 2 Ultras, it doesn't matter. We need the banners to be better, right? Because these, I mean, don't get me wrong, the banners will probably be good for part 3 anyway. Like in terms of the featured roster. But I'm talking about the like just fit, like, you know, getting the rates themselves right. Because obviously if we're on the ZPR list here and we have a look, ultra rates are just terrible, right? So if we do get an ultra LF, which like I said, if you do look at the text, I mean it might, I guess it is very similar to what they showed anyway in the little teaser. But at the same time, if we can get a new, like, I wouldn't say new rarity, but I think we could get like an ultra LF. I'd say that's in the realm of possibility. I just hope, I really hope they don't change its rates to even lower. Like, because if they half that again, that'd just be ridiculous. So, if it's the same rates, I'd be fine with that. But if they lower it again for an LF, or an Ultra LF, I'm just, yeah. I don't even know if that, I'm just trying to think. If they dropped it again, would it even be worth summoning for? I would say no, because the rates itself already for an Ultra are incredibly hard to get. So if they lowered it again for an LF version, I just don't think it's worth summoning for. It's, especially with like no pity, no ticket, something like that. I just don't see the point in wasting CC on it. But that, like I said, that's just a you know, random theory. You know, who knows? Maybe for part 3, like the Ultra's just gonna be like a new mechanic. You know, that could be what they're teasing at. But they did also say it's gonna be a new, well, yeah, a new major update, right? Because they said they're gonna drop 3 large-scale updates. So obviously we've had the UI, so like yeah, new home screen, stuff like that. Then obviously we've had dynamic battles as well. You know, obviously fairly recent. But then the part 3 is another update, but we don't know what it's gonna be. So that's why this big information video, which actually isn't in the news yet. So I won't go back to it anyway, but so that's why I think the big thing's gonna be in the video, like maybe at the start as well, and then they might tease the Ultra as well. But I don't know, will they announce something in the chance time? I highly doubt it. They didn't, yeah, they didn't do it last time, so probably not. But it'll be very interesting. I think depending on what the update is, I might be able to cover it like that night after reveals and stuff. It's just for me, usually when it drops, you know, the video goes live, it's like extremely late for me. So I don't have enough time to like quickly edit it and then go to bed sort of thing. So that's why I sort of don't do it. But depending how big it is, I might try and push it out. But we'll see. Or I might just do like a little YouTube post and see what the community says over that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So like I said, I do think if I had to give my final predictions now for part 3 in terms of the Ultra, I would say it's going to be Super Gogeta, because like a fusing Super Gogeta. So you start off with obviously like a Goku and Vegeta, and then you can, you know, tag unit that can actually fuse. So pretty much, I'll quickly just pull up what I'm talking about here. I mean, it could even be Blue Go. Well, no, I wouldn't say it'd be Blue Gogeta. But the unit I'm sort of talking about, it's sort of like this, but just Super Gogeta version. And an Ultra. So I think that's definitely possible. And I think that'd be pretty hype, because I think the animations for the Ultra could go absolutely hard. I mean, even if you just look at, you know, Kaioken, Goku, Great Vegeta, with the animations so far, like, imagine having a fusion unit, having them sort of animations, well, and also they gave them an LF as well. I think that would be a great way to kick off, you know, well, end off the anniversary. But we have also got the After Party as well, but After Party doesn't really have, you know, incredibly hype stuff, but who knows, maybe this year it could. But yeah, so basically, I guess it depends who you are, because, yeah, I'm not good with time conversions, but for me, it's on a Wednesday, so Japan time Wednesday is weekly reset. So weekly reset Wednesday in Japan time should be when we see the part 3 banners drop. So yeah, we've got a little bit longer to wait, but Tuesday Japan time is when, well, the usual time slot for the video, right? But yeah, that's gonna be episode's video, guys. Let me know in the comment section below who you guys think we're going to see for part 3. If you think it's going to be a dual Ultra, you know, Ultra, LF, stuff like that. And yeah, if you guys like this video and you want to see more, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one.